Morning to all. Myself, Dr. A. Mani, working as professor at Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, Chennai. Now we are going to discuss about estimation and costing valuation. The valuation covers various subtopics such as value and cost, principles of valuation, value engineering, value analysis, escalations, audits, and other related topics. All these details we are going to see in the upcoming slides. What is valuation? Valuation is the technique of estimating and determining the fair price or value of a property, such as a building, a factory, or other engineering structures of various types, land, etc. The present value of a property may be decided by its selling price or the rent it may fetch. Okay, valuation depends on the following. One is type of building, location, building structures and durability, the quality of materials used in the construction, size of the building. All these factors is considered at the time of valuation. What is cost and what is value? Cost, the original cost of construction or purchase. Value, the present value that may be higher or lower than the cost. The value of a building is determined on working out its cost of construction at present day rate and allowing a suitable depreciation. Purpose of valuation. What is the purpose? What is the need of valuation to be carried out? So these things, that is buying or selling property, valuation is required. For taxation, valuation is required. Rent calculation, valuation is required. What is the purpose of valuation? Means to find out all these details, valuation is required. In order to buy a property, what is the present value that we have to calculate? Otherwise, we can't justify actual cost or what is the value to be put for buying. So buying or selling a property, when it is required to buy or sell a property, the valuation of the property is more essential. Then taxation. To assess tax of a property. Tax may be municipal tax, wealth tax, property tax, etc. All the taxes are fixed on the valuation of the property. Rent calculation. To calculate the rent, the value is required. In order to determine the rent of a property, valuation is required. Rent is usually fixed on the certain percentage of the amount of valuation, which is 6 to 10% of valuation. Then security of loans and mortgage, compulsory acquisition. For this purpose, valuation is required. When loans are taken against the security of the property, value of the property is required. Compulsory acquisition. When a property is acquired by law, compensation is to be paid to the owner. Valuation of property is required in order to determine the amount of compensation. So based on the value only, the compensation amount will be fixed, and the compensation amount for the acquired property will be paid to the owner. Insurance, betterment charges, speculation. For this purpose also, the valuation is required. Okay, what is gross income? What is net income? The gross income is the total income and includes all receipts from various sources. The outgoings and the operational and collection charges are not deducted in the gross income. That is, it's a total income. It includes all receipts from various sources. What is net income or net return? It is the savings or the amount left after deducting all outgoings, operational and collection expenses from the gross income or the total receipt. Net income equal to gross income minus outgoing. Okay, what is outgoing? Outgoing are the expenses that are required to be incurred in order to maintain the revenue of the buildings. Okay, taxes, repair source, management and collection charges, annual sinking fund, loss of rent, miscellaneous are the expenses. Okay, what is taxes? This includes tax paid by the owner of the property annually. Municipality tax, property tax, wealth tax, etc. are considered. These taxes are fixed on the basis of annual rental value of the property after deducting annual repairs, etc. Okay, what is repairs? Repairs to be carried out every year in order to maintain a property in good condition. The amount spent depends on the age of material. Amount spent depends on age of buildings, materials, nature of constructions, use of buildings, etc. 10 to 5% of the gross income or gross rent or the rent of 1 to 1.5 months is allowed for repair works. For annual repair, 1 to 1.5% of the total cost of construction may be taken. Maintenance and collection charges. This includes the expenses on rent collector, chowkidas, liftman, pump attendant, sweeper, etc. About 5 to 10% of the gross rent may be taken for this. For small buildings, none of this might be required, and hence there shall be no outgoings in these accounts. Annual sinking fund. A certain amount of gross rent is set aside annually as a sinking fund to accumulate the cost of constructions when the life of the building is over. That is, after life of the building is over, the sinking fund will be utilized. It accumulates sufficient amount to meet the cost of construction or maintenance or replacement of structures after its utility period. Loss of rent. The property may not be kept fully occupied all through the year. A suitable amount is deducted from the gross rent under outgoings. If the property is fully occupied all over the year, there may not be any consideration. Otherwise, a suitable deduction should be taken if it is not occupied fully. Then what is miscellaneous? This includes electric charges for running, lifts, pumps, lighting, common spaces, and other similar charges that are borne by owner of the building. Municipal taxes. The municipal taxes is also expenses. The municipality needs money in order to undertake and maintain public utility facilities. The same is collected by imposing taxes on the property. So every property owner has to pay the municipality tax. So this is only one of the outgoing. That it is expenditures. Utility works include road, drainage, water supply, etc., and their construction and maintenance. The taxes are assessed on some percentage basis on the net income from the property, and it varies from 10 to 25% of the net income. Usually taxes are lesser for small houses and vice versa. So the property tax is fixed based on the property value, annual value of the building. So the municipality tax is to be paid to maintain the infrastructures such as roads, drainages, water supply, etc., and it is a compulsory. A tax to be paid compulsorily. Okay. Types of values. What are all the types of values we are considering? One is market value. Next one is scrap value. Then salvage value, rateable value, book value. So what are all the values which we are considering is we have discussed. So what is the meaning of market value? The market value of a property is the amount which can be obtained at any particular time from the open market if the property is put for sale. So when we are proposing a sale of a property, we have to assess what is the market value. The market value differ from time to time according to demand and supply. And the market value also changes from time to time for various miscellaneous reasons, such as changes in industry, changes in fashion, means of transport, cost of materials and labor, etc. Scrap value. The scrap value may be defined as the value of material of dismantled buildings. After completion of utility period, the dismantled materials such as steel, timber, bricks, and furniture will fetch a certain value, certain amount, which is called scrap value of a building. So the scrap value is taken into consideration after dismantling the building. After dismantling, the materials is available. The cost of materials is calculated as a scrap value. In case of machines, the scrap value is the value of the metal or the value of dismantled parts. Scrap value of the building is about 10% of its total cost of construction. The cost of dismantling and removal of the rubbish material is deducted from the total receipt from the sale of the materials to get actual scrap value. So the transportation charges is to be deducted. That is the meaning. That is the dismantling and removing of rubbish material. Labor cost is to be incurred. That should be deducted. Salvage value. The value of a building at the end of utility period without being dismantled is called the salvage value. After dismantling, it fetches some value that is called scrap value. Before dismantling, what is the value? It is called salvage value. A machine after the completion of its useful span of life may be sold or purchased by someone for other use. The sale value of the machine is called salvage value. It does not include the cost of removal, sale, etc. Salvage value of a property or an asset may be positive, zero, or negative. For example, the salvage value of RCC structure is negative because dismantling and removal will be costly. Salvage value of machine is positive because its parts may be used for other purpose. Book value. Book value is the amount shown in the account book after allowing necessary depreciations. Book value of a property at a particular year is the original cost minus amount of depreciation up to previous years. So the book value of every year should be cost minus depreciation. Cost at the beginning of the year minus depreciations of that year will give the book value at the end of the year. So book value equal to original cost minus depreciations up to previous year. Book value depends on the amount of depreciation allowed per year and will be gradually reduced year to year at the end of utility period of the property. The book value will be only scrap value. So after utility period is over, the book value should be equal to scrap value only. Because every year depreciation is deducted. And what is the allowable depreciation? That will be considered gradually every year. So after deducting this depreciation till utility period, at the end, one value will come. That value will be scrap value. That is equal to scrap value. Rateable value. Rateable value is the net annual letting value of a property, which is obtained after deducting amount of yearly repairs from the gross income. So the rateable value is equal to gross income minus yearly repair cost. Municipal and other taxes are charged at certain percentage on the rateable value of property. Obsolescence. The value of property or structure becomes less when it becomes out of date in style, in design, in structure, etc. This is known as obsolescence. The changes in design or changes in the models will be the cause for this obsolescence. It may be due to progress in planning ideas, new inventions, improvements in design techniques, etc. Okay. Hence, even though the building is physically sound, it may become functionally inadequate and its economical return become less. Okay. What is annuity? It is the annual payment for the repayment of capital amount invested by a party. So annuity is an annual payment for the repayment of capital amount. These annual payments are made at the beginning or end of a year, usually for a specific number of years. Annuity is certain. If the amount of annuity is paid for a definite number of years, the annuity certain will rise. The lesser the number of years, higher the annuity, and vice versa. Annuity due. If the amount of annuity is paid at the beginning of each year or year and the payments are continued for a definite number of periods. Capital cost. What is the meaning of capital cost for buildings? It is the total cost of construction, including purchase of land. For properties, it is the original total amount required to possess a property. That is called capital cost. It is the original cost and it does not change with time. Value of a property is the present cost, which may be calculated by methods of valuation. So the capital cost of construction, including purchase land also. Capital cost means total cost of construction plus land cost. Capitalized value. It is the amount of money whose annual interest at the highest prevailing rate of interest will be equal to the net income from the property. To determine the capitalized value of property for building, it is necessary to know the net income from the property and the highest prevailing rate of interest. Capitalized value. How to calculate capitalized value? Capitalized value calculations is a small example it is given. Calculate the capitalized value of a property, fetching an annual rent of ₹1,000 and the highest rate of interest prevailing being 5%. Net annual rent is ₹1,000. Rate of interest is 5%. It is given. Okay, in order to get an annual interest equal to the net annual rent of ₹1,000, how much the owner has to deposit? Annual rent expected is, net annual rent expected is 1000. And the rate of interest should be 5%. This is given. So how much the owner has to put to get 1000 rupees as a rent? What is the value? So 5 divided by 100 into x equal to 1000. So the x will be the value. 5 divided by 100 into x equal to 1000. That is the rate of rent we are going to get. That is actual rent we are going to get. 5 is the rate of rent. So how much amount is to be deposited? So that is 20,000. So capital, another one formula, capitalized value should be net annual income into years purchase. Years purchase. Years purchase is calculated as the capital sum required to be invested in order to receive an annuity of ₹1 at certain rate of interest. For 4% per annum, to get ₹4, if the interest is 4%, in order to get ₹4, 4% per annum, in order to get ₹4, it requires ₹100 to be deposited in a bank. If you are depositing ₹100, you will get ₹4 interest. Hence, to get ₹1, it will be required to be deposit 1/4 of the ₹100, which is ₹25. Thus, year's purchase is equal to 100 divided by rate of interest. I equal to rate of interest in decimal. So 1 divided by I is the year's purchase. Sinking fund. Sinking fund is created by regular annual or periodic deposits in compound interest being investment, which will form the amount of replacement at the end of utility period of a property. So already we have seen what is sinking fund. Sinking fund is a fund which is deposited till the utility period. At the end of utility period, that fund will come for the use of the building for renewal or repair works or whatever, even to make any alterations and additions. Even for replacement also. So annual sinking fund I equal to S into small I divided by 1 plus small I power n minus 1. The annual sinking fund capital I, S total amount of sinking fund to be accumulated, n number of years required to accumulate, small I rate of interest in decimal. Example, if the rate of interest is 5%, we have to put 0.05 in the formula given. How to calculate sinking fund? A pump set with motor has been installed in a building at a cost of ₹2,500. Assuming the life of pump is 15 years, find the annual installment of sinking fund required to be deposited to accumulate the whole amount of 4% compound interest. Okay. The sinking fund is to be created till the utility period. At the end of the utility period, utilizing the sinking fund, this motor has to be replaced. That is the concept. So annual sinking fund, how much the owner has to deposit? That is capital I. That is equal to S into I whole divided by 1 plus I power n minus 1. S is the amount. That is 2,500 rupees. I in decimal interest 0.04 divided by 1 plus 0.04 power n. N is 15 minus 1. So it comes ₹125. So in order to get the sinking fund total till utilities period, every year the owner has to deposit ₹125 with interest rate 4%. You have to come for depreciation. The depreciation is more and more important. How to calculate depreciation? What is depreciation? So what are all the methods available to find out the depreciations? All is coming in the upcoming slides. Depreciation, it is the loss in value of building or property due to structural deterioration, wear and tear, decay, and obsolescence. Depends on use, age, nature of maintenance, etc. A certain percentage per annum of the total cost may be allowed as depreciation to determine its present value. The percentage rate of depreciation is less at the beginning and increase with age. Annual depreciation is the annual decrease in the value of property. So every year depreciation is there for the property. So annual depreciation is the annual decrease in the value of property. Okay, how to calculate depreciation? What are all the methods available for depreciation? The amount of depreciation being known, the present value of property can be calculated after deducting the total amount of depreciation from the original cost. That is, as we discussed already, if you deduct the depreciation from the original cost, you will reach one value. That is called book value. That will come subsequently. So the amount of depreciation being known, the present value of property can be calculated after deducting total amount of depreciation from the original cost. That is, for every year, the original cost minus depreciation will give the cost of the present period at the present value. That is the present value whenever we require to find. That is original cost minus depreciation till that year. Okay, what are all the methods to find out the depreciation? One is straight line method. Next one is constant percentage method. Next, sinking fund method. Then quantity survey method. First, straight line method to calculate depreciation. How to calculate depreciation using straight line method? In this method, it is assumed that the property loses its value by the same amount every year. So till life of the building, every year it is having depreciation. The depreciation is common for each year. Every year the depreciation is common. A fixed amount is deducted every year so that at the end of utility period, only scrap value remains. Okay, annual depreciation, D, capital D, is equal to original value minus scrap value divided by life in years. Original value is C, scrap value is capital S, life in years N. So annual depreciation capital D is equal to C minus S divided by N. Book value after N years equal to original cost minus N into D. The book value and all we will discuss in subsequent slides. Constant percentage method. First one is straight line method. Next one is constant percentage method. It is also known as declining balance method. It is assumed that the property will lose its value by constant percentage of its value at the beginning of every year. So in this method, the annual depreciation D equal to 1 minus S by C whole power 1 by N, 1 by N, 1 minus S by C whole power 1 by N will give the annual depreciation D. Value of property of a depreciated cost. The value of property will be original cost minus depreciated cost. That is C minus DC. C is original cost, D is annual depreciation, S is scrap value. Sinking fund method. How to calculate depreciation using sinking fund method. In this method, it is assumed that the depreciation is equal to the annual sinking fund plus interest on the fund for the year. It is supposed to be invested on interest bearing investment. If capital A is the annual sinking fund and small b, c, d, etc. represents the interest on sinking fund for subsequent years, capital C is original value, then The book value is calculated in this way. Year 1, first year, assume the depreciation is capital A. So the total depreciation is A only. In the year first, depreciation is A only. What is the book value? Original cost minus depreciation, that is C minus A. What about second year? Second year, the depreciation for the year is, first year depreciation is A plus small b. Okay. So the first year depreciation is capital A, second year depreciation is A plus B. So total depreciation is 2A plus B. Okay, what is book value? Original cost minus depreciation, C minus 2A plus B. Likewise, the third year also, the book value should be C minus 3A plus B plus C. So in this way, we have to calculate the book value using the sinking fund method, and depreciation also calculated like this. Quantity survey method. The property is studied in detail and loss in value worked out. In the quantity survey method, property is studied in detail. The loss in value should be worked out. Each step is based on some logical reasons without any fixed percentage of cost of the property. Only an experienced valuer can work out the amount of depreciation and the present value of property by this method. Determination of depreciation. See, every year some percentage of depreciation may be there. Here the assumption is for 0 to 5 years, depreciation is nil. After deducting the cost using previous measures, it is necessary to allow suitable depreciation on the cost. So 0 to 5 years, we are assuming depreciation is nil. From 5 to 10 years, at 5.5% per year is the depreciation is we are taking into consideration. So 2.5%. 10 to 20 years, 0.75%, 7.5%. 20 to 40 years, 1%, so total 20%. 40 to 80 years, 1.5% at the rate, 60%. So adding all this, the total is 90%. So total depreciation from 0 to 80 years is 90% only. So the balance 10% is the net scrap value on dismantling at the end of utility period, if the utility period is 80 years. Methods of valuation. See, about 6 methods are available to value. First method is rental method of valuation. Second method is direct comparison with the capital value. Valuation based on profit, valuation based on cost, development method of valuation, depreciation method of valuation. So using rental method, how the valuation is being carried out. Rental method of valuation. Net income by way of rent is found out by deducting all outgoings from gross rent. A suitable rate of interest as prevailing in the market is assumed and a year's purchase is calculated. The net income multiplied by the year's purchase gives the capitalized value or valuation of the property. Direct comparison with the capital value. This method is used when the rental value is not available for the concerned property. Capitalized value is fixed by direct comparison with the capitalized value of similar property in the locality. Valuation based on profit. Profit is considered here to fix the valuation. For valuation purpose, profit is considered. This method is suitable for buildings like hotels, cinema theaters, etc., where the capitalized value depends on profit. The net annual income is worked out by deducting all outgoings from the gross income. The net profit is multiplied by the year's purchase to get the capitalized value. In the case of valuations, works out to be much higher than the original cost of construction. In these cases, the valuation works out to be much higher than the original cost of construction. Valuation based on cost. The actual cost incurred in the construction of the building or possessing a property is taken as the basis for determination of the value of property. Necessary depreciation should be allowed. Points of obsolescency should be considered. So the actual cost incurred in the construction of the building or possessing a property is taken as the basis for determination in the value of property. Then depreciation should be allowed. Development method of valuation. This method is used for properties which are in an undeveloped or partly developed stage. If the property is not developed fully or partly developed stage, this method, development method, can be utilized. Large piece of land to be divided into plots, developed and sold. If building is renovated by making additions, alterations, or improvements. The anticipated future net income that the building or site may fetch is determined. The net income multiplied by the year's purchase gives the anticipated capitalized value. Depreciation method of valuation. In this method, divide the valuation of the building into 4 parts. That is wall, roof, floor, doors, and windows. And the cost of each part is first worked out as per the present day rates using detailed measurements. The lifespan of the 4 components are determined and their depreciated value is ascertained by the formula capital D equal to P into 100 minus RD divided by 100 whole power n. What is D? Capital D is depreciated value. P is cost at present market rate. RD, fixed rate of depreciation. R stands for rate, D stands for depreciation. N, age of the building. So the factor RD is 1, 1.3, 2, 4, 5. Structures with 100 years, 75 years, 50 years, 25 years, 28 years life respectively. So that RD is varies with years of life. Okay, depreciation method of valuation. The value arrived at will be exclusively cost of land, water supply, electrical and sanitary fixtures, etc., and will apply only those buildings that are perfectly maintained. Depreciation method of valuation will be depends on this. The present value of these have to be added to the valuation of building in order to arrive the total valuation of the property. If repairs have been neglected and the building is dilapidated condition, suitable deductions should be made. Mortgage. What is mortgage? Money borrowed against the security of a property that has to be returned after a specified amount of time. That is money borrowed against the security of a property. The person who takes loan is the mortgager and the person who gives the loan is mortgagee. Relevant documents required for the mortgage transaction is known as mortgage deed. Usually 5 to 70% of the valuation is advanced as a loan for this mortgage purpose. Escalation. What is escalation? Escalation is the changes in the cost or price. Cost escalation can be defined as the changes in the cost or price of specific goods or services in given economy over a period. This is similar to the concepts of inflation and deflation. Cost escalation may contribute a project cost overrun. So the cost escalation will happen every year. Escalation, nowadays escalation is mainly happening. Escalation is the changes in the cost of price or increase in the cost of price. So the cost escalation is to be calculated at the every year end, and even the project cost will change automatically if escalation cost is added. For long periods of time, a market supply and demand imbalances are corrected, escalation will tend to more or less equal inflation unless there are a sustained technology or efficiency changes in the market. Escalation is usually calculated by examining the changes in the price index measured for goods or services. The wholesale price index is considered to calculate the escalation. Audit. Audit is the examination or inspection of various books of accounts by an auditor, followed by physical checking of inventory to make sure that the departments are following documented system of recording transactions. Auditors will verify all the departments, whether they are doing the accounts in a good manner, and they are physically checking the inventory. The receipts are based on the materials which are all procured, or the receipts are not properly entered. All will be checked by auditors. It is done to ascertain the accuracy of final statements provided by the organizations. Organization is having one statement about financial statements. That should be checked by the auditor. How much accuracy it is. The audit can be done internally by employees or heads of a particular department, and externally by an outside firm or an independent auditor. So the audit can be done either by internally by the department employees itself or department heads, or by external auditors. The idea is to check and verify the accounts by an independent authority to ensure that all book accounts are done in fair manner and there is no misrepresentation or fraud that is being conducted. So the aim, the idea of auditing is to find the accuracy and no misrepresentation and fraud is to be available in the account statement. The purpose of auditing is to find out the accuracy of the statement, financial statements, and physical verification also. All the public listed firms have to get their accounts audited by an independent auditor before they declare their results for any quarter. Auditing, how to audit, who are all can audit the department works and other works. In India, the chartered accountants from ICAI or the Institute of Chartered Accounts of India can do independent audits of an organization. While doing audit, there are 4 main steps in audit process. What are all the 4 steps? The first one is to define the auditor's role and the terms of engagement, which is usually in the form of letter, which is duly signed by the client. So first step, the auditors, they will explain their role and the terms of engagement, the period of engagement. They will inform. The second step, the auditor will plan to audit, which would include details of deadlines and the departments the auditor would cover. Then the audit could last a day or even a week, depend upon the nature of audit. So depend upon the auditing may happen a day or a week or even more than that also. So first step, they will inform their role. The second step is planning of auditing, how many days and how much auditing is to be carried out is second step. Then what is third step? The next, another third step, that is important step is compiling the information from the audit. That is all the informations, what they have audited and what they have noted, what they are all to be reported, all to be compiled is the third step. When an auditor audits the accounts or inspects key financial statements of a company, the findings are usually put out in a report or compiled in a systematic manner. That is, all the audit reports should be compiled in a systematic manner. Then the final and last step is, the last and most important element of an audit is reporting the results. The results are documented in a auditor's report. Then that will be submitted. So all the four steps. First one is what is the role? Next one is plan. Then after that, how much they are doing auditing, what are the number of days or weeks to be covered for each department or all the departments they will plan. Then after auditing, they will compile the reports. Compiling the reports is more important to submit final report. After that, they will compile. After compiling, they have to present this final report. The results are documented in auditor reports that will be finally submitted. So regarding this audit, everything to be finalized right from beginning to end, they have to check and they have to submit report, and that report alone will be declared. So this valuation, the books, test books and reference books, which I am recommending is BN Data, Estimating and Costing, Civil Engineering. Then reference book, Chakraborty, Estimation and Costing, Specifications and Valuation in Civil Engineering. Then Kohli. Then after that, Jagannathan G. Then other link is provided. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.